Hi, beautiful people. Hello, hello. Come on in, come on in, come on in. It's the dinner hour, and I hope you are coming on in even during the dinner hour. Wonderful. I see Jess, first girl in the house. Daniel, so glad to have you here. This is an important scope. Doug, my hubby, the hubby's in the house. He's supposed to be homeschooling. Get back to your work. Elise is here. Come on in. Thank you for the hearts. Jess beat Daniel. First place, Daniel. No, second place, Daniel. First place, Jess. Daniel number 2, Doug is here. Nikki is here. Look at this. This is like old home week here. Patricia, welcome. Come on in. Thank you for the green and pink hearts, you guys. We are going to dig in here tonight, guys. We're going to talk about an important topic. Come on in. If you'd be so kind to share with your followers at this time. I'll flip the camera in just a second. That is my Facebook page. That has a link to last night's really fun blab that I did with Leslie Nance, full of content about food and intimacy. Hi, Lori. What's the topic? Thank you for asking, honey. Hi, guys. Welcome, welcome. The topic is emotions. Emotions sounds simple enough, doesn't it? Super simple. We're going to dig in here, guys. You ready for a little bit of personal growth? Who wants to grow? Give me a thumbs up if you want to grow. Get your people in here too, people, if they want to grow. Let's get a little bit of a personal growth party going on here and share. Woo-hoo-hoo, share it with your followers. Jacob is there. Jacob's not there. Is Jacob there, Doug? He loves the topic of emotions, I believe. As long as I don't gain any weight. You will not gain weight from this scope. Thanks for watching last night, Jess, on the food and intimacy. Thank you, Maria, for the hearts. And Michelle, welcome. And Nikki, there you are, kissing your sweetheart in your picture. Looks like love to me. So thanks, you guys, for coming on in. Just decided to jump in today after last night's scope about food and intimacy. It seemed to me that one of the core issues that we were talking about that is so critical is emotions. Emotions are huge. Emotions are key. Feelings matter. Your feelings matter. And we're going to jump into the content about why they do in just a little bit. Thanks for coming on in. I'm not sure I know Jugo. Is there anyone new to me? Let me introduce myself. If there's anyone new to me, please type in new. Replay viewers, we will kick the content in about the 3-minute mark, 3 or 4 minute mark, and you can fast forward if you want to go beyond all this chatty time. I love this chatty time. It's probably my favorite time of the scope because I get to say hi to you all new-ish. Well, thank you for being here. I am Leslie Gustafson. I'm a sex and marriage therapist helping men, women, and couples for 25 years with all things psychological, relational, and for the past 11 years, sexual. I am a sex therapist, Periscope's one and only, and Fox Denver sex and marriage therapist. And Shayna, wonderful. Welcome. Shayna, thanks for being here. This is my 5-month Periscope birthday. There isn't a contest happening today. My husband is already trying to get blocked down there in the comment line by making provocative comments. Provocative comments, crass comments, or inappropriate comments will be blocked. However, when they're coming from your husband, I suppose they have to be tolerated. So, you guys, emotions. What you feel and why it matters. That's what we're going to be talking about. So are you ready? Are you ready to do a little personal growth? Hey, Mary's just jumping on in. And if you guys haven't shared, I don't know if I can see when you have or haven't shared lately. My iPad's been really wonky. And then I go to Twitter and I realize you did share, so thank you very much. Okay, first question. First, we're going to take a deep breath. Everybody ready? Let's take a deep breath. Okay, one big, deep, huge breath. All the way through your nose, all the way down to your belly, okay? Are you ready? Let's do it. Okay. All the way through your nose. Big cleansing breath down into your belly. Ouch. And that hurt, apparently. First time Daniel has taken a breath today. Take that big, deep cleansing breath and let me ask you this. What are you feeling right now? What are you feeling? And if you'd be so kind and courageous, would you put that in the comment line? Just a little help. Good and fine are not feelings. Maria feels sleepy. Sleepy is a physiological state, not quite an emotion, but a physiological state. She feels sleepy. She feels tired. Anyone else? What are you feeling right now? Do you know? Do you know? Honestly, feeling melancholy. Excellent. Melancholy. Feeling okay. Okay is not a feeling, Nikki. Tired. Tired is not quite an emotional feeling. It's a physical state. Mind drained. So that could be even emotionally drained, not sure. I'm feeling a little lonely. Yeah, Jess, thank you for the honesty in that. Lonely. So feeling sleepy, feeling drained, feeling melancholy, I'm feeling a little bit of, and I'll tell you my first one, a little bit of a slight bit of trepidation. I always feel a little bit of trepidation when I begin any scope or when I talk out loud to people. A little bit of trepidation. Okay. The next question. What else are you feeling? What else are you feeling? As we look at the second feeling, what you're doing right now is you're going a little bit deeper within. Can you find it? Is there another emotion? Is there another emotion? Hey, First Lady Angel, come on in. We're doing a little exercise around feelings right now. What are you feeling right now? Was the first question. Hello, hello. The second question was, what else are you feeling? Scattered. Got it. Scattered. Feeling a little all over the place. A little disoriented, says Jess. Kind of like scattered, a little bit different, disoriented, a little out of it. A little out of control, says Mary. Oh, this is such an honest, beautiful bunch. You guys rock. So honest and beautiful, kind of out of control. Yes. Anyone else? I am also feeling calm. At the same time that I feel trepidation, I feel calm. I feel a sense of contentment. Also, as I feel trepidation, come on in, Cattle Boat. If I don't know you, put your name in the comment line. Yes, we can feel many things at the same time. Overwhelmed. I love overwhelmed. I'll tell you why, Maria. Overwhelmed is really a lot of feelings all at once, many emotions. Like I've still got some homeschooling to finish. So you're feeling incomplete, Nikki. Feeling kind of incomplete. You might also in that be feeling pressured or feeling unresolved or feeling nervous about that or frustrated or irritated. I don't know. Third question, you still with me? What else are you feeling? What else are you feeling? Anyone? You guys are awesome right now. You guys are awesome. This is a lot of feeling. Also feeling hopeful. So Mary feels hopeful and out of control. Frustrated from Daniel, frustrated, scattered, and melancholy. Something's up, something's probably happened. Not sure what, but there's a multitude. You just ate multitude of emotions from Daniel. Numerous emotions at the same time. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're here even though you feel frustrated. Sometimes where we're frustrated or insecure, we don't even want to do something like this. So I appreciate your courage and your vulnerability. Why does it matter what we feel, you guys? Let me ask you the fourth question. In that she feels relaxed, your 5-year-old feels relaxed, awesome, and you feel scattered, okay. In addition to trepidation and calm and contentment, I feel hopeful. I've had a little bit of good news for me and my health just right now. So I feel hopeful and encouraged. Rosemary, welcome. We're doing a little bit of a feeling exercise, a self-discovery exercise, a personal growth exercise. All of those are you a happy camper? I am a hopeful camper. I don't feel necessarily happy. I feel content, calm, a little bit of trepidation because I'm scoping, and I feel hopeful, which is very close to bliss, which was a word for this year. I feel excited too. Look at all the different feelings we can feel at the same time. Now here's another key question. Right now in this moment, do you feel a little more connected to yourself? A little more connected to yourself. Yes, says Daniel. Awesome. Yes, yes. Exactly. Wonderful, Jess. Yes. Yes. Copycat. And there's a little rivalry, a little envy, a little jealous running between a couple of our folks there in the comment line. Yes, watch the replay. By all means, if you jumped in late, you did miss a little bit. Fortunately, you'll be able to go back and see it. I am asking you how you feel. So far, we recognize that we feel numerous things. Yes, because you're making me listen to myself. Brilliant. Brilliant comment. And then the sibling rivalry down there in the comment lines continues between Daniel and Jess. I'm forcing reflection. I am encouraging, prompting, and calling you out or moving you into introspection and finding your feelings. Why do feelings matter? You've already said it. Number one, because feelings are the path. Finding your feelings is the path to emotional connection. I'm feeling mature. If we do not know what we feel, I feel connected to you, Leslie. Can we curl up in the couch and watch a movie? See? It makes you feel connected to yourself. It also makes you feel closer to me. You cannot grow unless you know. What do you do when someone who always goes towards the negative feelings? I'm going to let that kind of float your question. I'm going to float questions till the end today so we can kind of stay in this kind of a little bit more experiential component. And at the end, I will ask questions that are, for me, a little bit more intellectual. So if you'll hang in to the end of the scope, I'll take Ask the Therapist questions. Okay, so we realize, awesome, yes, we realize that when we ask ourselves, what am I feeling? It promotes reflection and introspection, which leads to emotional connection, which leads to knowing yourself more. That's it. That's why it's so important. That right there, what you guys did, is the best path to knowing you. Isn't that so cool? It can be that simple. It's that simple, but it's also a bit of a process. And why do we want to know ourselves? Anyone? Why do we want to know ourselves? Why do we want to know ourselves? Another tool for the tool belt. It's one of my favorite tools, Mary. It's a practice that I practice every single day of my life. Takes intentional thinking. It does. It takes intentional thinking, proactivity, and a willingness to look within. It also takes courage to look within. It takes courage to acknowledge what you're feeling. It also takes capacity. It's something to be learned. We don't always know what we feel. It's something we have to grow into. It's something we have to learn. I must find it hard to know what I'm feeling. That may well be, Nikki. You wouldn't be the first one. When I was in my 20s, all the way to my early 30s, I can tell you I had no idea what I was feeling. Not a clue. It took years and years of work. It took years and years of hard work to become an emotionally connected human being and to know myself. It is so important to be an emotionally connected person. You have to be an emotionally connected person to not only grow into your own unique identity, but it also is key to having connection and intimate relationship. Yes, EQ, emotional intelligence, is so vital. So let me ask you this. Has anyone ever known someone, and we aren't naming names here, have you ever known anybody and they seem to really know themselves? They have strong opinions. They may be very rational or logical and very good at expressing themselves. And in that, they seem like they really know stuff and they really are smart and they really are right. Anyone ever know anyone like that? Opinionated, maybe a little dogmatic. Oh, I know this guy and I'm already annoyed. You already jumped into my second point, Jess. That's awesome. Your husband, Maria. Okay. Right? So anyone else know somebody like that? There's lots of folks like this out there. It might be you. It was me once. It was definitely me once. It was definitely me, know-it-all me once upon a time. I was seriously a know-it-all who thought she knew it all. I was very confident, fairly aloof, emotionally numb, but I knew stuff. So I thought I was all that. And you know what? I was dying inside, but that's a whole nother scope. Anyone know anybody else like that? And how do they make you feel? How does that person who's really logical, really right, has strong opinions, intellectual, and knows their thoughts well, makes you feel on edge? Yes, good. Hey, Mary, welcome. Makes you feel unimportant, annoyed, and disconnected. Anyone else? Hi, Patricia, welcome. Anyone else? Annoyed, disconnected, distant? Do you feel like you want to draw near them, be close to them, warm up to them? No. The question, Mary, was, do you know anybody who's intellectual, logical, opinionated, thinks they're right, and has big thoughts? And if you do, how does it make you feel? Right. Because that, my friends, is the difference between somebody having IQ and strong opinions, but not necessarily having a lot of EQ. Because it's emotions. It's the emotional connection that somebody has with themselves and their ability to share it or put it out loud that makes somebody you want to know, somebody you want to be close to. It's like a challenge to be with the smart guy. It's okay to be with the smart guy if the smart guy can also share his heart. He can also know his feelings. But they are two very different things, folks. It's a very different thing to know yourself emotionally. One is to be emotionally connected. And we can all learn how to be emotionally connected. There are times when I struggle with feeling like this, Leslie, in certain areas. Thank you. Yes, of course, Daniel, of course. And to be frank, it's more difficult for men in general because of the way we socialize our guys. They get hit harder in childhood around emotions, typically, than women. So women usually have a little bit more bandwidth or capability or capacity in this because usually women are given more permission and avenue for being emotional and having emotions and expressing them. Too often we hurt our guys, we hurt our boys in childhood around this. And so sometimes it can be harder for guys to find them for the first time or find them again or be able to be okay with having the full range of feelings. We do, and it's rough for them. I don't like it, but it's something I work on. And in other areas, I'm the first to admit clueless. You know, that is just honest, Daniel, which is incredibly beautiful. Emotional connection to ourselves helps us know ourselves. It also helps us be in intimate relationship with other. I have sons, so I need, yes. And I told you earlier in my quickie scope that we were also going to talk about why this is important in work. And why do you think it's important in work? Barn doors blown. Why do you think it's important in work that you know yourself emotionally? I have to go now. Okay, we'll catch it later. We won't be forever. And thanks for being here, you guys. And thank you for the hearts. You're hearting it up and digging in at the same time, which is a whole lot of difficult. In the workplace, the folks in our workplaces that you tend to want to gravitate to more are those who know themselves, are those who can have their emotions and express their emotions. Those tend to be the folks in the workplace that others want to draw near to. They're the more likable, the more approachable, sometimes the more charismatic, and the more dynamic. And that computes ultimately to building work relationships and inevitably to success. So not only does it help you know your identity, to be knowing your feelings and becoming emotionally connected more and more, and I recognize full well that this is a process for us all. I'm still in it too, still doing the work every day to stay connected to myself, asking myself every day, what am I feeling? What's going on with me? Getting access to the full layer of who I am and what's current for me so I can be in my center and stay emotionally connected to myself, because that's key to knowing myself, which is key to my identity and knowing how I am uniquely created. It is key for me to know myself so that I can be able to give that over in relationship, because it's when we are real and when we are vulnerable and when we are honest about who we are that we develop intimate connection with others, right? Bam, 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 says Mary. Yes. And when we take that out of our intimate relationships and also into the workplace where we can be ourselves authentically, inhabiting ourselves, expressing ourselves, it will draw others to us. It can't not, because real, authentic, living in your own skin, being who you were uniquely created to be is magnetic. It's magnetic. And I would suggest to you that you are probably following people on these scopes that have some of this going on, and that's what keeps you going back. Because it's infectious and contagious, because we need it and we long for it. We long to be fully ourselves, and we long to be in relationship with others who are in a process of being themselves too. This is gold, people. This is therapeutic gold. And I'm going to take it a bit further for those of you who are faith-based, which I think is kind of my people right now. A lot of folks in here who come from the faith-based perspective. When we open up Scripture, when we go to the Word, it is the difference in being able to just read the Word and hear it, and being able to take it in, experience it, feel about it, and let God make use of it, use of the Word in us. This ability to go inward and to introspect and be able to interact with the Word and say, how does that make me feel? What I just read. How does it make me feel? Do I feel enlivened? Do I feel like I need more of that? Do I feel like I need help? Do I feel scared? Whatever it is, that is the process that helps us. And of course, the Holy Spirit helps with that process when we're in the Word. But when we can't go in the Word and we can't experience it and feel around it, our ability to grow is really compromised. A lot of folks, when they go in and they open up Scripture and they read it and they try to intellectualize it, and then they try to apply it to their life, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. It makes you smarter a little bit, but it doesn't get into your heart unless you can introspect around it. Are you with me? Are you with me? Is it making sense? Yay, a few hearts. Yes. Yes. Yes, it's an experiential experience. We have to introspect and go inward around. And so that's what I've got for you today, guys. Kind of the process of personal growth. How we get emotionally connected. We have to go inward by asking ourselves, how am I feeling? What else am I feeling? What else am I feeling? Now, just a little caveat. Hey, Melissa, come on in. You're going to want to catch the replay, Melissa. I think you'll like this one. We can keep going deeper around all of our feelings and find their sources, okay? We can take those all the way back to our childhood, really, and find, kind of what the sources of those feelings are. But for now, this is really the path for you to grow more and more emotionally connected to yourself. To have more EQ, to have more sense of yourself, to grow more and more into who you were created to be, your unique self. You are so important. You and how you were uniquely created. EQ, Melissa, is emotional quotient. It is really a fancy term for what it means to be emotionally smart, or to be emotionally aware or emotionally connected to ourselves. And this scope, we talked a little bit about the process of how to know ourselves emotionally and why that is so important. Important to our identity, important in an intimate relationship, and important in the workplace and with colleagues, and ultimately to success. Melissa can filter like a freak. What? I didn't catch that, but that's great. So there you go, guys. I need to wrap it up. I am headed out to Mexican food with my husband and son here in a minute. Really cool. Melissa. John. Hey, John. I've got some people showing up here on the tail end. You're so welcome, Mary. The takeaway, the bottom line takeaway is to keep asking yourself every day, what am I feeling? What else am I feeling? What am I feeling? Hey, John. How are you? That's your scope tile gag. Hope you're feeling better. I feel a lot better. This is about day 10 of having the summit sickness. My voice is almost fully back. My energy is back, and it's been a really, really good day. Yay, Mexican food. Me too. And you know, we had a big, huge snow here today, which has been amazing and gorgeous. Thanks, Melissa. So watch the replay, guys. Super important, I think. Presented a process for you today about how to know yourself more emotionally, why your feelings matter, how to grow in your unique identity, and how that helps your intimate relationships as well as you in your workplace. This is month 5 for me on Periscope. Thank you guys for continuing this journey on Periscope with me. It's been a blast for 5 months. At the 6-month mark, I'm going to be doing a big, huge contest, but that's a whole month away. Thank you, Roz. And I meant to tweet out to you, Roz, because I really wished I could have interacted more intimately with you on Periscope, because you were saying some very important things and I wanted to say more to you. So I felt a little bit sorry that I couldn't address you more personally because you were scoping and I was blabbing, which was like rocket science for me. Anyway, I just wanted you to know my heart around that. So I'm wrapping up. I will be back here Saturday. We are going to do the Amazing Intimacy Show. Doug Gustafson will be going live with the first leadership scope. He's the first of many leadership scopes in his Created for Success scopes. That will be happening Saturday too. So until then, you guys, God bless you and keep you, and find me everywhere you want to. Leslie Gustafson, Authentic and True, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter. And we'll keep the dialogue going. Take care, guys. Thanks for coming on in. Bye.